Hello and welcome to the John Ark Show. Today's episode is called Shocking New UFO Technology. Before we begin, I want to encourage you to subscribe to our channel for free. We want you to like, comment, and follow us. We're going to have a lot of great celebrity interviews coming up. So make sure you click on that notification bell so you can be notified every time we upload a new episode. I'd also like to tell you about a service called HollywoodIsCalling.com. It's a great service that allows you to purchase live phone calls from your favorite celebrities. So check it out. It's something you can buy for yourself or for somebody you care about. There are more than 100 celebrities to choose from, and the calls start out at $19.95. So give it a try. HollywoodIsCalling.com. Now, let's get started. Everyone has seen or heard some of the video clips of UFOs recently, but not everyone is aware of the shocking new technology that the UFOs are now demonstrating and the significance of that technology. Everyone has seen photos of UFOs flying through the air or in low orbit. One of the things that is really shocking about some of the new video of UFOs is that they apparently have the technical ability to perform what is known as transmatter travel. What is transmatter travel? Transmatter travel is the ability to fly through different forms of matter: air, water, solid objects. That's what's got everybody so concerned. One example of this is their ability to fly through space at speeds so fast that they literally can't be tracked by radar until they reappear at their destination. That means they can be flying at 80,000 feet and then drop to the surface of the ocean in less than a second. That means that they've been seen moving faster than 16 miles per second, not per hour, not per minute, per second. That's about 58,000 miles per hour. Now, they could be moving 1,000 times faster than that. We just couldn't track their speeds beyond what we can currently track. The problem is that when they accelerate, they don't accelerate like normal aircraft or rockets that can be tracked and seen on radar when they move on. With UFOs, with these UFOs, they move away so fast that they literally disappear from view and from the radar screen in the blink of an eye, and then just reappear somewhere else far away at their destination. But here's something even more disturbing that has been captured on military video now. The UFOs can descend from the sky at unbelievable speeds and then dive into the ocean without slowing down. Why is that a big deal? If any known earthbound aircraft or object were to fly at high speed and then hit the surface of the water, then the forces of that impact would immediately destroy that craft or object. The G-forces of an impact like that would be so enormous that it would simply disintegrate and absolutely vaporize any living creature inside. That's not what happens when these UFOs transition from flying through the air to flying through the ocean. In fact, there's no evidence that they even slow down at all when they're underwater, which is shocking. Normally, when you have objects traveling underwater, there are limits on how fast they can move because of the resistance the water causes against their hulls. That's why submarines and torpedoes can only travel so fast underwater. It's physics. It's known physics, I should say. Yet these UFOs do not appear to be slowed down by gravity or the resistance of wind or water or even any of our known laws of physics. One theory is that they may be using a technology that surrounds their craft with a field of some sort that protects and insulates them from the effects of gravity and everything else. Some believe that this technology even bends existing gravity so that it flows around the aircraft, the UFO, rather than affects it like it does all other objects. The other more disturbing theory is that this protective field somehow allows UFOs to pass through solid matter without being affected by it. That's the transmatter travel observation. If this theory is correct, then UFOs can not only fly through water, but through mountains, buildings, and even through the center of the earth, only to reappear on the other side of the planet at their destination. If they can fly through solid objects like mountains, waters, and buildings, then why couldn't they fly through a crowd of human beings or other living animals? Here's something more interesting to consider. If they can fly anywhere they want, then why are they here on Earth when they could easily fly to distant planets that have much more interesting and advanced technology to offer them? If you had the chance to spend your time flying around the universe, would you fly to a planet like ours that was technologically inferior to yours? Or would you go exploring worlds that are far superior to yours and that you could learn from and perhaps even steal advanced technology from? Our sources are telling us that one former US Apollo astronaut who walked on the surface of the moon said that he saw alien craft and objects on the moon half a century ago when the US was still sending astronauts to the moon. Now, let's take it a step further. If the UFOs were here 50 years ago, is it not unreasonable to think that they may have been here hundreds or thousands of years before that? If they have been here for that long, then why? Are they simply observing? Probably not, because I'm sure a race that advanced could have learned everything about this planet very quickly, probably in a matter of days or weeks. Why spend 1,000 years hanging around here when they could have learned everything so quickly? Are they doing something else? Are they somehow involved in manipulating our culture or our people? You know, people always assume that if aliens had hostile intent, then they would just attack, and that would be just the way you see it in the movies. But perhaps that's not what's going on. If they were ultra sophisticated and calculating, and they wanted to take over our planet, would the best way to do that be to do it subvertly? Probably. Perhaps the aliens would secretly infiltrate our society and our institutions and take over from the inside. Perhaps when they first came to Earth thousands of years ago, they told everyone they were gods, and they formed a religion or several religions around the world, and then used those religions that they created to manipulate and affect primitive inhabitants of the Earth at that time. Use it as a system to get them to do what they wanted them to do, what they wanted them to believe. What if we haven't seen the most sophisticated and powerful technology these aliens possess? Well, what if they can resurrect the dead? What if they can rapidly clone a complete human being from just a single cell or a piece of hair? What if they can move back and forth through time as easily as they move through space? What if these aliens are so advanced that they don't reside in a single body, but can change bodies whenever they like? One minute they may appear to be a human, and then when it suits their purposes, perhaps they reside in the body of another animal. What if they can create the body of someone you used to know long ago and then gain your confidence by pretending to be that person, by winning you over, by getting you to think that you've met your old pal once again when it's really not your old pal. It's simply an alien pretending to be your old friend. What if their intent is not hostile, but purely recreational, which is to say that we here on Earth merely serve as recreational entertainment for them? Rather than playing video games, they play with entire planets in any way they like. What if they're so advanced that there are no permanent consequences to any of their actions or activities? One minute they could kill the population of an entire planet like ours, and then simply by touching a button, they could go back in time and reverse everything and bring everyone back to life so that they can then play another version of the Earth game and with the people on it. You know, this is essentially what teenagers do with video games now. Why couldn't much more sophisticated aliens do that on a planet-wide scale? What if aliens are a bunch of degenerate creeps who simply use Earthlings for live porn entertainment? I'm sure that if they wanted to, they could watch what goes on in any bedroom on Earth and then use that for their own creepy entertainment. What if aliens are completely insane sociopaths and criminals who are doing whatever they want to do for whatever reason they want to do it? We always assume that aliens are pursuing a higher purpose, But what if they've gone completely mad with power and ego, and they're simply rampaging through the universe like Saddam Hussein and his crazy sons were rampaging through their country back in the day? What if these aliens do actual work for a real God? What if they're his representatives on earth, like angels, like some kind of angelic emissaries sent here by God to keep track of all of us, crazy earthlings, to make sure things don't get out of control? Whatever is really happening now, I suspect will be far more interesting than anybody realizes. With that, I want to thank you for watching and tell you that we're going to have more great celebrity interviews and more breaking news stories coming up in the future. So we encourage you to subscribe to our free channel and click on the notification bell so you can get notified every time we post a new story. Thank you for watching, and we shall see you soon.